Oh, your clap.
Oh, yeah, I couldn't hear yours. Did you clap?
Oh, okay.
Or did you fake it?
Yeah. Does it clap?
Were you trying to make it harder for me?
It didn't resonate over ours. So
Yeah.
it's superior on this end.
Thank you for
I can teach you.
subscribing.
I can teach you how to clap.
How to make
Can
it
you
clap?
teach him to clap back?
I can give you the clap.
Oh, I know you
Lessons.
can. Oh, I know you could. Oh, I know you could, Tony. That's for sure. Anyone listening, you're gonna be
I
clapping.
notoriously have the clap, and I have ever since birth.
Yeah. I notoriously have lots of venereal diseases.
But it's like a hobby. Like I collect them.
Right. I collect symptoms.
Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all.
I will never
Venereal disease.
use a condom until I found them all. Protection is my real test.
Oh my god.
To gain them all somehow.
Fucking shit.
Imagine if they didn't say gotta catch them all wasn't the Pokemon, gotta procure most of them.
Gotta acquire a lot of them. But not all
Always
of them,
do
'cause there's
have a
hundreds.
lot of them.
Gotta get as many as I can.
Yeah, like, what's the
gain a
point of
few.
catching them all? Like, what is the point of that? I'm gonna catch him all. Well, because he's the best Pokemon in the world, but still, like, catching them all makes it.
Right, you want to get the badges. You want to win the gym badges in the Shoto League or whatever.
Maybe that's what he meant by all.
Wait, I
No,
just
he's talking
noticed
about-
John's. I just noticed John's haircut. Wait, take your headphones off for a second. Can we see
What?
it? Just look to the right. Yeah, yeah. You got the fucking fade with the fucking Barnum and Bailey step right up mustache. Like that's just crazy.
Dude, you
Yeah,
gotta-
I'm actually officiating a wedding today, so have to look my best.
Yeah.
What is it with you guys and weddings? Like what the hell?
It's actually funny. I don't know if you know, John, but I had said this earlier that I'm done with weddings for the year and maybe for a year or two. But I actually got invited to David's wedding.
You did? Okay.
So-
I wasn't sure if you were on the list. So.
Got another wedding to go to in November. He's like, hey, I don't want you to think you're like second string or whatever, but we do have some spots open now for the wedding if you want to come. And I was like, okay, so I am second string. To be clear,
We got some. I don't want to make you feel like a last resort, but you are the last spot we need to fill.
Right.
He didn't tell you it was actually third string.
Oh, really?
He asked around already, and then
No,
I'm playing. I don't know.
That stings. That stings.
I'm sure he would have loved for you to come, but
that makes it that
you know how it
makes
is.
it
Weddings.
tough.
There's always venue size.
Yeah. Well, I want to go to that.
Because have you been to one this year? You're lacking.
Yeah, no, I did.
Okay.
I was one in September.
You are lacking.
Yeah, lacking your wedding.
I go to at least one wedding a year. Come on. I have a lot of friends.
I try to get out to at least one wedding a year.
Get absolutely cracked on the dance floor.
Yeah, when the
the
moment
doggy.
Uptown
That's
Funk starts playing, I know what's happening.
Oh man, dude, have you seen The Creator yet?
Wait, Tony, shut the fuck up real quick.
Yeah, okay, my bad.
Don't talk to my brother like
shut the
that.
fuck up real quick. Hey, guess what? I forgot something.
To brush your teeth.
No, I wouldn't forget that.
Oh no, you wouldn't.
Oh,
this
dentistry is a
Johnson,
priority for me. You know what I mean?
Pearly whites.
To scrape your tongue.
Oh, you forgot to scrub the old pearly whites. Is that why we're here?
What'd you forget?
I forgot to introduce the podcast.
You're a bad person.
I know. Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlethems, it is October 16th. No, 6th. I have dyslexia, I guess. 2023. Welcome to another episode of Woken Boke. Episode
Insanely loud.
192 to be exact. I am one of your hosts, and my name is Connor. You may also know me as Moschino Dorito from TikTok. I am pleased to be here today with my very good friend, my best friend from the great city of St. Louis, Missouri. He is living there now. We're going to spend Christmas together, in fact. My friend, your friend, Tony motherfucking Harrop is here. Hello. Joining us as well is his motherfucking brother, who you may remember from the very funny episode where we coined Bone Johnson. Colonel Bone Johnson.
That was episode 60.
Episode 60.
Insane.
We're almost at 200. 200 is going to be lit, bro. That's going to be in 8 weeks. We'll have to celebrate. We're also going to pod like crazy this Christmas.
This winter.
I really feel so.
Mm-hmm. A lot of in-person apps.
Yeah. Yep. And plus we have two in-person, or at least one more in-person app that should be done at some point.
Yeah, as soon as Max gets back and can give me that file.
He's been back before, I think.
Yeah, but I mean, he's back and then he's back out. I don't know. I'm not sure what his
That's true. I guess you got to catch him on a stretch of time, but that'll be coming soon, and then more in-person apps this Christmas. But every week we do this because we've been friends since before we were born. Basically, we were womb pals, and
womb mates.
Well, we were womb mates. So we do this to stay in touch and connected with each other. We usually are joined by Max Sanza, who is the drummer from hell, the producer extraordinaire, sexy beast all around, and goofball that I love. And he's my dear closest brother. And he and I have gone through quite a bit, especially not only including spending 7 years in private Catholic school together as friends. So we've been friends since about 2006. So yeah, that'll do.
Coming up on 2 decades.
Yeah. Coming up on 2 decades for sure. And
he's busy making rock and roll happen.
Yeah, he's out touring the country doing rock music and making it sound good in the venues of America. Every week we do this, like I said, to stay in contact with each other. We catch up on the latest in video games. We're very big gamers. Movies, shows, obviously we like both of those a lot. Current events, music, manga, whatever. You can subscribe to this and follow it and everything if you wish. We're on YouTube. You can follow us on Spotify so you get an update on when the new episodes drop. You can also join our Discord, which is thriving, over 600 members right now. And I'm streaming a lot, and I play a lot of Counter-Strike too. And there's a lot of people who like hang out in the streams like every day. So it's a cool community. It's kind of transformed beyond just this podcast. And it's enabled other people to start building their own things too. It's really fucking cool. So if you want to tap in and help us build fun, cool shit like Halo Night, which we did just not too long ago, follow us on Twitter or join the Discord, but also follow us on Twitter at wokenbokepod and the Instagram at wokenbokepodcast to get updates on the podcast every week. We also have an email, wokenbokepodcast@gmail.com, with your questions, comments, suggestions, etc. And we'll read them on the show. And links to all of the shit I just said is in the description. We don't have any new emails, so I wasn't even planning on reading any, so it doesn't matter. But please send in an email, and we'll read them. But for now, John, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show,
Salute.
my friend.
Salute.
Salute.
How did they say, this is going to be a whole pod. How did they say hello in ancient Greece?
Like that?
In Latin, I don't study Greek, I study Latin, but they would say salve. Unless you're speaking to multiple people.
So in ancient Greece, they'd be speaking Latin?
It depends on the time of the year. The time of the Roman Empire. But usually in Greek, they spoke Greek. Although it's like they would speak both. Very bilingual.
I just remember in 6th grade at my grade school, Sister Mary Hope would come in and she would say, Salvete pueria puella. Hello, boys and girls.
I hate that.
That's exactly how I start my Latin classes.
Really?
No.
Oh, damn.
I usually say salvete
ir al
sodales.
baño, por favor. That's
Salvete sodales.
Sodales.
Sodales is like comrades.
Comrades.
Or discipuli, students.
Okay.
But we do speak
Studies.
Latin in the classroom. It's a spoken language.
Only?
Not well. The first 15 minutes is usually Latin only. They respond in English, but I only use Latin. They respond in Latin as best they can.
Yeah.
That's fucking
Wow.
cool.
Seems tough.
Yeah, well, that's how a language should. I mean, you guys took Latin at middle
That's
school,
it?
right? Yeah.
At school.
I prefer
At
not
school?
to keep repeating it. He just doxed the name of his 6th grade teacher back in the elementary school days. Sister Mary Hope of
I believe
zip
she's-
codes, security. Social
I believe
security
she's passed, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Last I heard, she moved to Japan.
You were doing this
Really?
like you're praying.
Yeah.
You were praying.
I'm just, best of wishes to her if she is
That's
not. But
true.
she's got to
Yes.
be incredibly old now if she is not. But I
I'm
believe I remember hearing she passed. She was nice.
Oh well, rest in peace to
Mostly-
her.
She was a bit intense, but she was always nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we took
Absolutely.
Latin for like you take Latin for like the first 3 years. I think.
6, 7, 8. Yeah. We were in the same Latin class in 8th grade.
Yeah,
I only took it
which was-
7th and 8th, but it
Dude,
was
being in
required in middle
classes
school.
with Tony was a rare experience of my life. I mean, that was truly 8th, 9th grade era. That was truly like I was fucking off the entire class every single day. All the
It's
time.
out of control. Yeah. There's
Out of
nothing.
control.
Just
Weren't
nothing to be learned.
we in art class together?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was literally absurd. Yeah.
Mr. A's class. He literally went to Mizzou and was like a grad student there while I was in my senior year.
That's really
I feel
cool.
bad. He was like, "Hey man, like if you ever want to grab some coffee sometime, just let me know. We can." And I like totally botched that and never did. I also don't like
you
coffee,
should.
but I totally should have. But maybe
was
if
the
he's
only
still there.
He was one of the few teachers I really cared about at that school.
Oh yeah, he's awesome. He was so cool, and he was still cool at Mizzou. I was like so surprised. He had buzzed his head. I was like, "What? You got rid of the ponytail?
Oh yeah,
the 1 foot long ponytail. That's crazy. That was your identity."
He's
man.
like, yeah, that's out.
That's
This is me now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Spanish or like whatever we wanted after that, basically.
You didn't stick with
yeah.
Latin?
No, I
What the hell?
went to Spanish and then I got a D in it freshman year, and then I stopped learning any languages.
You should have stuck with Latin.
Mm,
Actually, in high school, you,
You got
probably
a
had the same
you got
teacher
a
as
D
me.
in Spanish?
one semester, yeah.
How do you get a D in Spanish?
I was.
I'm just kidding, I'm
It was
kidding,
crazy. I was bad at it.
Shocker.
I'm just kidding, mate. I was too. I did not like excel at languages, which is hilarious because I've been like learning Japanese for over a year, slowly on Duolingo. But like,
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah,
but
but
it's
you still have that streak?
oh yeah,
Wow.
Mm.
There you go. All right.
480 plus. I think we're heading to 500.
Jesus.
days in a row?
Yep.
Okay,
You get
impressive.
freezes. This is what they don't tell you. You get
Yeah,
like
yeah.
3 lives. You know that basically it stops your streak and keeps it going. Like it basically saves you from missing a day.
Mm.
And so I've
Yeah,
used
I
that
did Duolingo
probably
German.
a total of less than 10 times over the course of a year. So it's pretty consistent, but it's cool.
Now you
You
can watch-
really do. It's like a vitamin. It's like you just slowly learn more of this thing every day. But since you're doing it every day, it's like you still retain, you're still like there. Even if you do the bare
Yeah.
minimum, you still like remember everything.
That's what it is. When it comes to languages, you just got to do it as much input as possible. That's how you learn it. So that's
Yeah.
why I don't know why it is in America that bilingualism is not taught in schools, but
Because this is America, where you speak American.
that's right. We speak English, the language of oil. No need to
Yeah.
learn any other language.
Well,
Money,
yeah,
oil,
exactly. Right. It's a
pussy.
control mechanism to make
Yeah.
everything in English.
Wouldn't
Right.
want people to be able to think in multiple languages and
Mm-mm.
understand foreign people,
Mm-mm.
exchange ideas, etc. Would be dangerous.
That would be dangerous for the Republic. That would
Exactly.
endanger our
They all
empire.
speak English, yeah, in the Galactic Council.
That's true.
So
Yeah,
Even
it's
Kiadi Mundi with his giant, narrow penis head. Do you think the Naboo require reinforcements? And it's just like his head literally looks like a candle going straight up.
Like a melted candle, yeah.
What's your name? Kiadi Mundi. Oh, okay.
And yours? Plo Koon. Like, yeah. Weird ass names around here.
And then just like the weirdest guy in Star Wars. It's like, yeah, my name's Greg Matthews.
Jeff Brown.
Yeah.
That's a hockey player. Mike Smith. Who the fish people?
Yeah, even underwater, he's like, we no like the Naboo.
Oh, yeah. We
Boss
so
Nass.
like Boss Nass. Yeah.
Maybe we saw. Be gone with team.
Yeah,
that movie fucking rules.
Oh yeah, classic. I think I ripped it a few weeks ago. Part of it, at least. Yeah, it's just on another planet from. Yeah, it's funny in Ahsoka. They like go to an entire other galaxy, and people there just also speak English. You're like,
really?
Yeah, I mean, well, there's only these 3 witches there, but they're speaking English. Like, you could have
That's
totally
so
made them,
stupid.
Could have made them speak another language for sure, but I guess not.
That would be tight. They just use subtitles. It's not that. They put them there at the bottom.
They wouldn't want to make Star Wars fans think. Dude, that show ended and it was ball sack sweat.
So is this show really that bad? Is it really that bad?
I would say so. I'd love if you saw it, but I wouldn't ask you to waste your time like that. But it'd be fun to roast. I couldn't even, like, watching it, I'd be itching head to toe because I'd be like, I could literally be watching or doing anything else and I wouldn't be able to focus. Right. Just anything with a micro millimeter of substance.
I would have to like, I'm going to make a video trashing this. That's why I have to watch it. Like, that would be the only way I could watch is if I was making content out of it.
That's why I stopped doing those like short form like TikToks and stuff because I was like, okay, these are fun to roast and I like the editing and stuff, but I would have to keep watching this stuff if I wanted to do this in perpetuity, you know? I'd have to watch Loki season 2 coming out. And God knows I don't want to do that.
There are people who like it. I had dinner yesterday with a guy who loved the Ahsoka show. And
those people
it appeals to somebody.
Those people, I actually am like really like people when they're like really, or when they really earnestly like these dog shit shows. I like actually, it makes me really admire them because it's like, oh, you're not a pretentious person. Like you just kind of vibe with this and you just kind of like this. And it makes me want to understand more why, or like just, I don't know. There's something very calming about someone being like, "Oh, you watched Loki? I thought it was pretty good." Whoa. And like hearing someone have that calm of a mind that they're just like, yeah, the lore is interesting enough for me. The world building's interesting enough for me. It's fascinating.
I guess, and honestly, like that part, separate like if you separate everything about how it connects to the greater Star Wars universe and the lore and what all that means. Just on a level of filmmaking, the acting is bad. The performances are bad. The dialogue is awful.
Yeah.
This girl, she basically the whole plot of the show is, oh no, the bad guys are looking for this map so that they can bring back Thrawn, who's this admiral that's supposedly going to plunge the galaxy into another war. And so the good guys are looking for the map. They find it. The bad guys take it. The good guys get it back, but this main character, besides Ahsoka, Sabine, she's like a Mandalorian. She just gives the bad guys the map because their friend, Ezra, sacrificed himself to banish Thrawn to another galaxy. So she undoes his sacrifice, gives them the map. They go to the other galaxy. Thrawn comes back to the main galaxy, and they get stuck there. So
I'm already lost.
Yeah.
Completely lost.
The main character, the real main character, because Ahsoka is not really the main character. It's Sabine. She's this Mandalorian. She is obsessed with getting her friend back who is stuck in this other galaxy with Thrawn.
Right.
So to do that, she gives the bad guys the key to letting Thrawn come back and then gets herself stranded there with Ahsoka. So
wow.
Yeah, so
she basically replaces Thrawn and her friend who originally trapped Thrawn.
Thrawn and her friend come back to our galaxy, and then Ahsoka and her are stuck in a completely different galaxy with supposedly no way to get back. No one's mad at her for doing this. Because Ezra sacrificed himself. He to banish Thrawn to another galaxy. He basically, I mean, he didn't die, but he banished himself as well. Took both of them to a different galaxy so that he wouldn't be a threat anymore. And then she just undoes that. She just was like, yeah, I'm going to let the bad guy come back. You go back too, but basically everything you did for 10 years, this 10-year time you've been stuck there, it's all been for nothing. Now the bad guy's back. And no one's mad at her for this.
Tedious bullshit.
I know. And it's just like a disconnect from reality. Like, no one's upset with her. No one's like, wow, that's like the worst possible thing you could have done. You just let Hitler basically come back to the galaxy after I spent 10 years here stuck from sacrificing myself to get rid of him. And he's, yeah, it's just like.
And you, the viewer, is supposed to just be like, oh yeah, like this is my problem is like, because people are so heroic, they get to be stupid in these fucking things. Like, that's such a cop-out. Oh, no, they're just so heroic and self-sacrificing. They didn't think the consequences through. They're so bold and daring they act, you know? Like, Peter Parker's such a dumb young kid. That's why he let every single fucking villain in his fucking universe walk into his apartment and just hang out. Yeah. Just hang out. And didn't trust people telling him, like, yeah, these guys murder people. Like,
this will go badly.
Yeah.
Nah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't take them one by one from the stronghold prison.
Maybe wrap them up in web or something. Like, I don't know. Do anything besides that. When your character could do anything besides what they did do, and it would be a smarter move, it's just like, I don't even, like, beyond that, this girl that's obsessed with getting her friend back, so much so that she would hand basically Space Hitler the keys back to their own galaxy. She gets to this. She finds her friend. I won't even get into how convoluted that was. The bad guy captures her and just lets her go. Gives her the lightsaber that she has, and gives her a wolf to ride on. And she goes and finds the dude on a planet in like a few hours. And she finds him finally. He's hanging out with these space crab people. And the reunion has all the emotional like depth of like essentially nothing. She's just like, hey. And he's like, I knew you'd come get me. And she's like, been a long time. And I'm like, there's nothing here. This is like, I feel not. Compare this to scenes from One Piece. Like, where you can get watery-eyed from watching some scenes in One Piece. They're so well acted. Yeah, Netflix One Piece. I finished it. Favorite show of the year. Amazing. More happens in one episode of that than the entire season of Ahsoka. So much happens every single episode. I recommend it.
I don't want to watch this shit. What the fuck? It's good?
It's really good. It's goofy. It's corny. It's campy, but in all like the best ways. Like, it just works. And the best part about it, there's none of this self-deprecating, deconstructing like Marvel shit where they're like, that's so goofy. Like, audience, you like, we realize it's goofy. You do too, right?
This it's always like, really?
Right. Like, there's a general that has like bear ears and like whiskers. Like, he has bear ears on a hat and whiskers. No one's like, what's up with your dumb hat? It's just,
what's up with Ted 2 here?
Right. Yeah. Everyone just takes.
Who brought in graham crackers?
Mr. Animal Cracker Head. Yeah.
What's the Charmin bear doing here again?
Right. No one's thrown off by anything in the show. It's all part of the world, and they take it as it is. You know? Yeah. Nothing is reliant on making fun of the property that they're trying to get people to be invested in. You know?
Yes.
You would think the characters in Marvel would be unsurprised by alien figures and things by now.
Right, yeah. People in Marvel are just...
Since the Battle of New York, you would think they would just accept that there are other things.
Yeah.
That occur,
I mean, it's like, Marvel also like is so tonally all over the fucking place. Like... Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, the snap was like devastating and people were in counseling over that. Motherfucker, there's been like a 9/11 every 4.5 months in this universe. Like there's a fucking Ultron, there's Loki, then there's fucking Thanos, there's fucking Civil War, there's all these things happening, and it's like you don't ever depict any negative side effects to the, like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. You just have these kids coming up to Professor Hulk in the cafeteria asking for a picture.
We're your biggest fan. It's like, really? Because like he probably jumped through like multiple people's homes during the first fucking Avengers and killed people just by breaking through walls and shit and throwing cars and shit. Like,
yeah, I mean, if you take the Norton movie into account, it was just Robert Downey Jr. is in that. He literally like murders dozens of like military personnel and I think destroys part of a city in the final battle and shit.
Yeah, or wipes out that. Is it an African city they're in when he fights the Hulkbuster?
Yeah.
Just destroys a skyscraper.
So much bad shit happens in
which was the point of
Avengers
that scene.
2,
And that's why he flies away. But still, it's like they don't depict any like average trauma or existential dread of living in the Marvel universe.
Except for the one scene of therapy with Cap where he's like, come on.
But I'm seeing somebody now.
Thing I realized is you got more.
Come on.
You got more.
Come on.
Yeah.
Bro, I truly will never be that fried again ever.
No.
That was the hardest. Oh, man. That was the hardest. We unlocked something there. It was like we were watching the movie for the first time. It was crazy.
Because someone
would be sad, and we'd just be watching a scene. It would get quiet, and one of us would just go, "Yeah, boy."
That Hawkeye's forehead ripples and the Iron Man helmet.
God. We've watched Hawkeye cry, like tripping our dick off multiple times for some reason. We've watched Hawkeye go like, like that movie starts with his children disappearing into dust, and like this motherfucker, we're just fucking dying laughing at the kids' faces and shit. The part of that movie I know I'm tripping sack is that Hulk diner scene. Like that's the part of the movie where I'm like, by that part, if I'm not like terrified by the kids' faces in that scene, then it's not kicking in yet, because I always know it is. It's always working by that time.
Mm-hmm. Man, I can't remember what
Is this when you were in my house? This when you guys watched this?
No. It was like we were on that second story place in the Grove or something. Remember that?
Yeah. That was the first. That was the first Airbnb trip we did.
That was
Speaking of which, I gotta say, 10 months later, I will say, the dogs. If the dogs weren't there, it would have been perfect. But the dogs truly made it feel like I was in danger at some point.
Yeah, they're
because they were so fucking beagles, man. Beagles are grumpy pieces of shit. Just the
beagles, yeah. They're whiny and they're loud.
And they're whiny, they're loud, they're lazy.
The long stoic face where they're just like
Yeah, there was a moment where one of them was up on the edge of the couch. It must have been you, Connor, or Tony, who was just looking right at you in your face. I can't imagine what that was, staring into the dog's eyes.
When the dog squawked, when I was in the middle of peeking and the dog squawked, oh fuck, bro, that put me on edge.
Yeah, next time we'll do no dogs for sure.
No animals of any kind.
No humans, no.
Because even a cat, I don't want to worry about a cat scratching my fucking eye out.
Oh, no cats, because if I touch my eye after touching the cat and I just get itchy while that's all happening, that would be just the worst thing. So I wonder how, like, I do not ever want to find out, but just like dealing with like pain while that's happening, like you hurt yourself accidentally. Like I can't.
Well, that's why it was so funny that like we sat down to eat lasagna, which is The hardest, just the idea of eating has ever made me laugh was when we all sat down. John was making food the whole time. So last time we tripped, John was there taking care of things. He was not. He was just dead sober. And well, I guess some weed, but that, you know, not tripping. And he made us food throughout the day. And at dinner, it was lasagna, and it was fucking incredible lasagna. I mean, it was fantastic lasagna. And he just gave us each a plate and then a fork and like a steak knife, like a fucking like not like a butter knife or just like a silverware, like a steak knife to cut the lasagna. And we're all just sitting there like, and we're listening to Playboy Cardi that touch it. That song.
But you had all without speaking to each other, unanimously decided to not pick up the knives and leave them at the edge of the table. And then I brought butter knives in, and you all decided that was still, you know, too much risk.
Like I can just use
just
a fork,
yeah.
Lasagna is very soft. You don't need any sort of blade. Fork will do.
He literally gave a knife to each of us. It's just like the most hilarious. Just like, here's a knife. And when you're on acid, you're just like, and when you're on acid, you're just so aware that there's a knife in your hand. You're just like,
right. You're like, this is a very dangerous thing.
This is extremely dangerous. Let me put this down.
So many bad things could happen.
Extremely sharp. Yeah. You have such respect for everything when you're on acid because you're terrified.
Everything's just a lot more visceral. A lot more.
Yeah, you're just like, are you okay? Are you good? You're good? Like,
I am.
Yeah.
I'm ready for that. I'm excited for that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Just we can move on from it, but yes, please, if you have time, watch One Piece, the 8 episodes. Like I watched like one episode.
I want to watch the anime.
I think this is
only 8 episodes. Okay,
it's 8 episodes. It's the first like 60 episodes of anime it covers.
It covers the first 60 episodes?
Yeah, about, I think. Yeah.
In 8 episodes, it covers 60 episodes of an anime.
Yes, sir.
So it really speeds this shit along, eh?
It paced incredibly well. Like going from Ahsoka to that, it's just like every scene, every line of dialogue moves the plot forward, moves the characters forward. There's no MacGuffin. There's no fucking map. I mean, they're looking for the One Piece, but that's almost irrelevant. The story is about, you know, Zoro, Luffy, Nami, Sanji, and Usopp. Those are the first 5 characters in his crew. And you learn about like why they have flashes back to their childhood, why they are the way they are, what they want in life, why they want it. Really tragic things happen to every single one of them. It's all heartbreaking, and then it's just amazing. Yeah, like I fucking loved it. Favorite show? It's definitely a top 10 show of all time for me. I don't know how much higher than that, but I would say a top 10 show.
Are you fucking for real? Wow, that's a really high praise, man. I'm gonna watch that shit.
It's funny because it may be just the fact that I went from watching something so dog water like Ahsoka to watching that, and I'm like, this is Citizen Kane, but it's just like, I think even beyond that, it's just so enjoyable and well paced and fun. It's a fun show.
Yeah, man. So I'm just writing down.
You were trying really hard to get me to watch it last night. I didn't really want to, but this is higher praise.
Maybe you should.
Maybe I should.
Or we could save it for this fall.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. Feel free. There's season 2's confirmed as well, so I'm ready for that.
It's true.
Connor, do you feel in touch with a younger side of TikTok? Because I teach 6th graders, and I wonder what the difference is between your era of TikTok versus their era of TikTok.
His is Gen Alpha, right? 6th graders are 12, right? Or 11?
11 and 12, yeah.
11, 12, yeah.
Yeah, that's Gen Alpha, just the actual terrifying generation.
Right.
They are, yeah.
Gen Z likes to think they are, but they're really not all that different from us. But we're very young millennials also, when it comes down to it. But yeah, what is Gen Alpha? He was telling me yesterday.
They're into the skibbity toilet.
Are they? I've heard about this.
I don't know what that is.
You haven't heard
Dude,
of Skibbity Toilet?
You gotta hear this. You gotta hear this real quick.
That shit has like 40 million views per video.
Skibbity Toilet.
Yeah, it's the most cracked, like insane shit I've ever seen. Well, maybe not ever, but it's up there.
Shit?
At your gap further, sticking at your gap further is more. You're so skibbity, you're so phantom tax. I just wanna be your Sigma. Freaking come here, give me your Ohio. Sticking at your.
That's Gen Alpha, and this is the video. Oh fuck!
Oh, it's like a Fortnite track, or. Okay, yeah. Well, I haven't heard this sound, but it is fitting of
insane
the sixth graders.
This generation needs nothing. What would you call it? No substances, no nothing. They're just fried out the gate, like through the internet. Like I'm gonna have no clue what they're saying. In this more so than our parents don't know.
I can somehow
saying.
keep up because I'm fucking on TikTok all day.
Right,
I know what motherfuckers are saying.
Mm-hmm.
Like I get the yacht riz, like you said, phantom tax. Like I know what all these these things are. Phantom tax. There's this guy Phantom who's one of Kai Cenat's friends that's in that same house who's streaming, and the phantom tax is when he comes in and steals some of people's food when they order food. Because that's the tax.
Gotcha.
And so it's just a stupid stream. Everything's if you're wondering what something is, it's the dumbest shit in the world comes from streaming. Like saying chat and W and all that stuff. It all comes from streaming.
Well, John was saying that these sixth graders are very into this whole, the Burger King commercials.
Yeah, they love the
Whopper, but instead it's just Whopper for every word. Whopper. So
that's all it is.
That's funny. It's just on like another level of irony.
Oh yeah,
for a sixth grader,
bro. That's
very absurdist. Everything that they like.
Right. That Dune meme had me dying. The hamburger, cheeseburger, Whopper, Big Mac, cheeseburger, hamburger, Whopper. If we just walk around like the mall, like 4 or 5 of us just doing that, just in a row, just hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac, Whopper, hamburger.
People would probably walk by and really not give a shit.
Probably. That's the
funny.
goal.
The mall's empty.
Yep. Yeah. That's true. The mall's also empty.
West County Mall.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Different mall. But
yes.
Yeah, that's it's concerning because
what, the mall?
No, Gen Alpha.
Oh, what's concerning about it?
Just how perpetually online they are and how their entire psyche will be shaped by that, and it's just the Wild West of insane, depraved shit.
That's what it is now. It's just what it is.
Yeah, they're not going to know anything. They're most of them will not know fucking any references to fucking anything.
Right, because it'll be a reference to a reference that they don't know the origin of.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of them will think like Breaking Bad started online or something like that. Like they won't get what a TV show is.
Their introduction to it and only reference will be like Mario Kart edits of Breaking Bad.
I love Breaking Bad memes. I was watching these Minecraft Breaking Bad memes for so long. They're goated.
Mom started watching Breaking Bad. Been watching it a little bit with her. Yeah.
No way.
So tight. Yeah.
She got past the handjob scene in the pilot?
I guess so.
Okay.
She's a few episodes in. What handjob scene?
Skyler's like trying to give Walt a handjob, but he's not. It's getting hard in the bed. That's in the pilot. I remember watching that at.
And then the pilot like ends with him fucking her, I think.
Oh yeah, it's like absolutely blasting her. Yeah, because he just did some insane shit.
Exactly.
I have this random file access memory that I'm about to pull out, but I remember your mom was telling us that you guys started watching. I think it was the movie Yes Man.
Oh,
and she turned it off because of a gonorrhea joke in like the first 10 minutes. Like, she's gone, gonorrhea. And it's like, oh, and she wouldn't let you guys watch it after that joke. It's just so funny.
I came home with I was at Walmart with Ryan and David, and we had just been digging through the bargain bin of DVDs. We found Watchmen. Okay, this is tight. Let's bring Watchmen home and watch it. And my mom gets on Christian Reviews or whatever.com, and she's like, "You cannot watch this. There's a penis in it. There's a penis in this movie." Seriously,
so funny.
Mom?
She is absolutely.
It's like, Mom, I have one.
She's way more laid back these
Yeah.
days. She is not.
Well, of course,
she's
she's very much older.
watching Breaking Bad. Yeah, but
Yeah, but
it was in Alabama that we our uncle was showing us the pilot of Breaking Bad. Was showing my parents pilot Breaking Bad, and they didn't want to keep watching after the hand job scene. Yeah,
really?
Yeah, they left, and because what is it when that girl
what
is
are you,
like
kids?
yeah.
Oh God! Oh God!
Jesse's like jumping out of the window of the cookhouse, and this like topless chick is like throwing him his clothes onto the street. Walt seeing this out of the side of the cruiser.
Well, were you there? Is that what happened?
Well, I remember. Yeah, I guess I was there too. But
Yeah, I guess they just didn't want their kids to see.
Were you,
it.
were you
be.
physically there? Or were you like a specter, like viewing
Yeah,
it somehow?
did you like
I was looking through
take
the vents.
DMT and like float spiritually
Yeah.
over there?
I wanted to see a hand
Astral
job scene.
projection, right? Yeah, I should rewatch that show. It's been a decade.
I remember I saw Watchmen in theaters with my friend Jacob, and my mom came to see it with us.
Mm.
And it was like kind of a thing where it's like, if there's anything too crazy, we're leaving, you know, which is hilarious because my mom, that movie's full of some of the craziest shit ever, and my mom like was just chill with us watching, and I really liked it. It was.
I mean, the sex scene with the owl and Spectre, right? Silk Spectre.
It's very campy. It's funny.
And then the dude gets like oil, like blazing hot oil dumped on him.
Right.
That shit was crazy. The dude gets his arm sawed off in the jail cell. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that crazy. Oh, the freaking when he finds the dude that like kept the children, or he like the pedophile or whatever that.
Yeah, and he feeds the guy to dogs or like.
Yeah, he gets his own dogs to eat him or something.
Yeah, because I think he was feeding the kids to dogs or some shit.
Yeah, really fucked up.
Chase dogs,
But
mate.
it's funny, like I feel like there was a lot of hate for that movie initially. I feel like I've always liked it, but there was a lot of hate for it. But now it's like looked back on as being pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, when I saw it, I was like, I almost like the plot of that. I was a kid though, but I was like, I almost like how that wraps up better than the comic book. It's makes a little bit more sense, but. I was like, I thought it was like fucking astounding, honestly, because I had read the comic book twice before the movie came out, and I was just like, yo, this is panel for panel, like the same shit down to a T.
That's impressive that as a 13-year-old you read Watchmen twice. Like that's like a dense book. It's like
yeah,
thick.
I guess my friend Jacob was a big reader, and he was the one who got me into it because we would be mutually interested in things, but then he would like get really into like he would get more into something than I was, so he'd be like, dude, I'm now I've read the book, whatever. And I will admit, at that age, I think I skipped some of the longer like inter like there's like the you're kind of skipping on important parts, but like I would skip some of like the non-mainline story stuff.
Right. There's a section. There's like 12 issues, and then between each issue, there's like a few pages of just prose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wasn't a kid. I mean, I was 16. So
no, we were 13. You said 8th grade, 2008.
No, that movie came out in 2010.
Did it really?
Am I wrong?
No, because I remember being in Latin class with you in 8th grade and talking about it. I feel like.
Oh, it came out in 2009. So
2009. So second semester.
So it came out in March of 2009. So
there you go. Yeah,
I was 14.
There you go. Yeah,
it's true. Or
bad.
I was 14. What do you know?
I need to reread that. It's been like probably just as long since I've read that.
I mean, that makes sense that I was into shit like fucking Watchmen because it's like I was 14. So it like made sense at the time to like be a nerd. It's like, yeah, why am I being bullied for being into things that are for 14-year-olds? Like, I don't know. I guess Watchmen's not for 14-year-olds.
I would say it's not for 14.
No,
but it's definitely not as crazy as reading it when you're like 11 or 12. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's when I was more in my Ultimate Spider-Man bag.
I got into that 10th grade. That's when I started reading your Ultimate Spider-Man series. In 9th grade, though, I think I read what is that Batman omnibus? It's like Nightfall is a part of one of that's.
Nightfall is a whole story. It's like 3 omnibuses.
Okay, well it was 3 omnibuses. I read all those in 9th grade. That was pretty dense, but.
Oh, you mean like the paperback ones?
Yeah, they had them in the library.
Those are missing a few issues. They have new omnibuses that really flesh out the story a little bit more.
Well, it was good enough for me.
Honestly, though, I read Nightfall and I felt like it was bloated, with a little too much stuff going on. Same with the No Man's Land.
I basically just wanted to read it to see that iconic Bane panel crack.
Oh, it was worth it. I had fun, but I just I like pacing of some other stuff better. Like that
Tony,
Ultimate
we
Spider-Man.
had it on the show notes a while back, but we never got to it. You said there was an Invincible 1-hour special coming out?
It already came out. Though it's about Adam Eve, the main female protagonist.
Oh, so it's a spin-off?
It's her origin story, essentially.
Interesting.
And kind of it's like a prequel to the first season, but it's like really tight. Really good fight scenes, really good choreography.
Good
and
writing.
It really shows how powerful. Yeah, good writing, good dialogue.
Cool. I'm stoked for that second season.
Oh, yeah.
When is that second season coming?
I think spring of next year.
That's crazy. That came out in 2021, didn't it?
It better be cracked. Like, it better be absolutely out of this world for them taking so fucking long. It's like crazy. Like, what could they...
So.
I mean, did it come out before the pandemic?
It's animation. They've got to animate it.
I know, but... I don't know.
Isn't it like fucking 10 episodes long? 10 hour long episodes? 10 hour long episodes, right?
Like 45ers, I think. Like 10 of them, yeah. So
almost an hour, 10. That's a 10 hour animated movie when you think about it.
I do think that they're going to go above it. I mean, because the animation in Adam Eve was really good, and I think they're just going to try and keep stepping it up. So it'll be worth the wait, I think. But it really shows how fucking powerful she is. Like, if anything, she'd be the one that could potentially defeat Omni-Man.
She's kind of like a Scarlet Witch, right? Or something like that?
Yeah, pretty much. She can just alter the atoms of anything. Character. Wow. She can turn any object into any other object. She can change stuff at an atomic level to whatever she wants. So
that's max.
I like the powers that people have because they're like scary. They're like scary powerful. Like Omni-Man is scary powerful. Obviously,
it's like a boys type universe where it's like shit actually has weight to it when it when you get punched through a building, you see him fly through people and just slice their bodies off or he holds his son up.
Bro, the train scene. It's the coolest. It's the cool. It pisses me off because this is superhero shit, and it's just like perpetuating superheroes, but like it obviously there's like a critique to it and an irony to it and an alternativeness to it.
Mm-hmm.
But man, that is like some of the most crazy shit. That's like some anime level shit. Like,
oh yeah, I mean,
he's just holding his son, and the people are just blowing up on top of him while
it's the closest that we're in America that we're gonna get to like anime level writing and
what's crazy is it's a fucking graphic novel that's already been out forever.
Yeah. I think it started in 2005, maybe.
Yeah. My friend, shout out Sam Geegan, my friend was super into the Invincible universe when I met him in college. He's read all of it.
I really want to buy the deluxe hardcovers. There's 12 of them.
Jesus. That's like Berserk level.
Yeah. But you can buy them. They're about like 25 each. So it's like $300, but get them one at a time, like one each month. I might try and do that. I have the first one, so but I'll read it first before I go start buying the other ones because I gotta check that out. But yeah, that'd be a good one to have because I feel like it's just action packed and clearly the dialogue and stuff is good if it's faithful to the source material. If the show is. Kind of thing, and good character designs. Yeah. The only thing that I've heard that they kind of botched was they turned his girlfriend, like not Adam Eve, but the girl that he's into, They just turned her into just an awful, like, horrendous wench. Like, she like was mad that she pretended she didn't know that he was invincible, and then reveals later that she always knew, but she was mad that he didn't tell her. And it's like, we've been dating for like a few weeks,
right?
And you think I'm just gonna divulge the biggest secret in my life to you, and you're gonna cause all these things.
It's that tedious fucking superhero shit where it's like, I'm sorry I'm late again. I can't tell you or else you'd be mad. It's like, it's actually a realistic reaction. It's like, you're clearly hiding something. You're just lying to my face. Right. I feel like that makes it make more, like, that's what makes it funny. But also, yeah, it's like, that is also realistic that you can understand why he wouldn't do it, you know? Yeah, more exactly. So than like Peter Parker, where it's like, you love Mary Jane. If you think she's just gonna not like you because you're Spider-Man, you haven't even like negatively affected her life. You've only positively affected it. Just tell her you're fucking Spider-Man. But like, like you can't tell Harry, that makes sense. But like the whole movie, he can't tell fucking Mary Jane or Aunt May. It's just like,
right.
Shut the fuck up.
As soon as you start telling one person, then another person ends up knowing.
Then your secret identity's known to the public, Spider-Man.
Exactly. Once you open that can of worms, you can't get them back in. Or suffer at the children.
Suffer.
Save the woman
your
you
choice,
love.
Spider-Man.
Back to formula.
Godspeed, Spider-Man.
Goddamn, bro.
I'm something of a scientist myself.
Back to formula?
I'm something of a fuckboy myself.
Something of a weed addict myself. Fuck, bro. Dude. I just seen you, John. It just makes me so nostalgic for the holidays, and I can't wait to come home.
Yeah. Yo, I'm
staying with you. You know that? I'm staying at your place.
You're staying at my place? Well,
for Christmas.
Well, okay. I guess I'll be home for Christmas too. Unfortunately, my
Tony and I
first
are gonna
day
be
off
spooning.
is the 23rd, so I won't be home till late. Yep.
Brutal, mate.
Brutal. The kids get off a week earlier, but I have to stay extra week.
Well,
are we gonna go to? Well, I won't say the exact city, but in Illinois, are we gonna go there for Christmas? Is that the idea?
Yeah,
Kojima?
Christmas Day, always.
I might have to just spend Christmas Day there and see my parents after. You know,
we'll be chill.
You know, we might have to do Christmas Day there.
We'll be tight. Yeah. And I have a Switch now, so I'll bring that.
I'll bring mine too.
Oh, damn. All right.
Everyone's got a fucking Switch to bring.
He got the OLED.
Just make sure that your big ass TV in your basement does actually work. Like last time we came back.
It's been weird lately, but then I figured it out, and I think it's fine now. Maybe.
Should I bring my PlayStation? Oh my god!
Would be fire if you did that, please.
That would be fire.
Yeah. Now I do hate to. I don't want to cut this short.
No. I was just about to say you got to get back to work.
Yeah, I got to get going. But you have a story though. You can tell it real quick.
I'll tell it really quick. So I did student teaching in May. Since we were talking about middle schoolers, I want to bring up middle school shenanigans. I was shitting on the loo in the stall where they didn't have a teacher's bathroom, so I'm in the middle school boys' bathroom. And I don't know, I'm sure you can relate to this. The kinds of monkey noises that middle schoolers make in the hallways is only worse in the bathroom. So these kids come in and go like a monkey and start banging on the stall. They're like, oh, someone's in there. Banging on the stall as if I'm not a teacher. But in student teaching, I was too uncomfortable to be like, hey, yeah, what are you doing?
Gentlemen!
Yeah. So they leave, and as they're leaving, they throw an orange over the stall, and it hits me in the head while I'm taking a poop. Yeah. Middle school boys for me.
These Gen Alpha kids are absolutely.
For some reason, you said throw an orange, and I'm like, it's gonna land in the toilet, past his ball sack, and it's gonna go boom, big splash.
Just poo water goes right up your nostril, goes in your eye,
right up his nostrils, eyes and mouth.
In the head. God, that would have been worse. I'm turning around to flush the toilet, and it splashes and right
Yeah,
into my mouth.
It
As you're
goes
yawning,
deep into
yeah.
the toilet water, but then bobs up violently and hits your nutsack, and then you black
Oh, yeah.
out. Then you black out.
one of the
It
little
goes 3.5
poop
feet
just-
in the water, but then it goes straight back up and hits your nutsack. Clocks onto it.
my constipated deer pebble poop comes up and
That
lodges
was a
in my nostril.
phenomenal way to end the episode. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Welcome, Boke. Follow us. Everything. Anyways, love y'all. See you guys soon.
Walete,
And
omnes.
John, thank you for joining us. Talk to you later.
Nihilest.
Peace out.
Welcome, forever, motherfuckers. Peace,
Multas,
yeah!
Bye.